next is Merck Animal Health. Merck brings to you Armatrex, and here to share more information is Dr. Brett O'Brien, a technical service veterinarian on the swine team at Merck Animal Health.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Brett O'Brien. I'm a technical service veterinarian with Merck Animal Health. And today I'm excited to talk to you about a new product called Armatrex that we are offering in the animal health marketplace. This product, I'm excited, is here to add an extra layer of protection to your existing sanitation and biosecurity programs that you have in place. So let's dive in. What is Armatrex? Armatrex is an antimicrobial bacteriostatic finish that provides long-lasting protection at the surface that is treated. So I think one of the most important attributes really is the residual activity, antimicrobial activity that this product offers at the surface interface between cleanings. This is really critical. Again, it will help reduce the buildup of biofilms and microbial colonization. So that can help increase the longevity of the equipment or surfaces that are treated, giving that extra, and then also with that residual antimicrobial activity, gives you that extra peace of mind and insurance that you've got long-lasting protection right there at your surface. It is approved for both a live animal production and companion animal care. It can be used in a variety of locations, for example, vet clinics, laboratory settings, offices, within our barns, trailers, etc. The value really for this product, as I see, is it's cost effective, has very easy application methods, and really, as I mentioned before, is used to enhance your existing sanitation and biosecurity programs, and it protects animals against a wide variety of bacteria, fungi, algae, and mold. If we walk through what happens over time on a typical surface, you can see here that when we start with a clean, disinfected surface, over time in short order, bacterial levels start to grow up on those surfaces. And then you can see that those get diminished at each time that we clean and sanitize and disinfect. And so we have this cyclical nature, but we do get those bouts between cleanings, that high bacterial level of growth. If we look at contrast that with an Armatrex treated surface, what that does, and you can see here, is that residual antimicrobial activity that hinders and doesn't allow that bacterial level in between the times of cleaning to really build up to that excessive level. Here shows those contrasted together, and you can see that significant reduction in bacterial growth on an Armatrex treated surface compared with one that is not. So let's take a deeper dive in terms of how it works. So Armatrex is a silane quaternary ammonium salt. You can see the molecule laid out here. We've got on the far left the silane base, and that adheres to the surface. Likewise, it also adheres to other molecules of Armatrex. Then you've got the nitrogen that is close to that silane base, followed by a long carbon chain. So the silane base, again, it attaches to the surface. The nitrogen there, which is positively charged, is actually the part of the molecule that attracts microbes to it. And when they do that and come into it, then that proton-rich environment really suffocates the protein membrane of the pathogen. More specifically, the cytoplasmic absorption of nutrients is disrupted, and the structural integrity of the cell is destroyed. I am a visual person, so I wanted to put this up, and I would call your attention to the far right, where you can see on the top E. coli bacteria that are colonized on an untreated surface. By contrast, right below that, you can see an Armatrex treated surface, and you can see that disruption and killing evident and the structural damage done to the E. coli bacteria on the Armatrex treated surface. One nice thing is Armatrex can be applied various ways. Here you're seeing a handheld electrostatic sprayer system working for application, but it can also be applied using a pump sprayer, just brushing, dipping, wiping, soaking, or using a foam finish technique. Just to recap, it's the highlights for what Armatrex offers you is one, I think is most important, is the long-lasting residual protection. When a surface is treated with Armatrex, it offers up to 90 days of protection with that antimicrobial activity, which will enhance your existing sanitation and biosecurity programs that you have in place, to be used in conjunction with those, not to replace what you already do. Next down, it offers protection against a broad spectrum of antimicrobial to target. So both gram positives, gram negatives, fungi, mold, etc. It is EPA registered product for use in livestock and companion animal facilities. Use of an electrostatic sprayer, as mentioned, really helps allow uniform coverage of the product. It is available in a ready-to-use formulation, so that makes its use in our facilities, I think, much easier, and can be applied, as I mentioned before, to multiple locations, whether that be delivery trucks, silos, in a vet clinic, in your barn, in your offices, or labs. Here at Merck, our aim is to create value and contribute to the ongoing success of our customers. We provide innovative, high quality, and above all, solution-driven products such as Armatrex and services for farm and companion animal species. Specifically here with the Armatrex, I think we have brought to the table a level of innovation that offers an enhancement to existing biosecurity programs, helping you protect your animals and livelihood. Likewise, Armatrex controls pathogens, reducing animal exposure and improving animal health, which is what we're about. Thank you for the time this morning, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Wow, Dr. O'Brien, that was great information. That was a lot of information in a very short amount of time, though, and we do have some questions that are coming in. Before we get to those questions, I'd like to remind all of our producers, drop us your questions in the QA box, and we will make sure that Dr. O'Brien takes a minute to answer those questions. And as always, thank you, Dr. O'Brien, for your longtime support of Iowa Pork Congress with Merck Animal Health. We really appreciate that. We've got some questions coming in. Let's start out with how would I know I need Armatrex? What testing should I be doing to make the decision to use Armatrex?
Oh, thank you again for the opportunity here this morning, Cindy. And that's a great question. You know, to me, Armatrex is, as I mentioned, the extra insurance or strengthening of existing sanitation and biosecurity programs you may have in place. So when it comes to insurance, I sort of think all scenarios can use that extra insurance. But when it comes to specific situations at hand, you know, I think if you're plagued by consistent disease concerns, especially in young animals or new animals placed that you're seeing consistently, or have concerns around sanitation programs, you know, this gives you that peace of mind that you've got that antimicrobial finish and extra protection right at the surface to help give you that extra layer of protection. I have seen some folks as well, when they're trying to assess the role that the surfaces are seeding or infecting and starting that process for newly placed animals too, doing some environmental culturing, et cetera, and that has shown or helped support the need for use of this type of product. But again, once applied and cured on a surface, you've got up to 90 days of that residual activity, which
So I'm actually gonna skip around in the questions that have come up so far from our producers, because the next question really kind of relates to that. Is it effective to use in pole barns and free stalls, and will sunlight break it down faster in that 90 days?
Yeah, no, good question. It is extremely a rigid compound that will hold up through extremes in the environment. So I think in those outdoor situations or the ones that you outlined, the use of this product should be fine. The key really for applying the product is to start with a clean, dry surface. So that's your ideal to start with. Put it on. There's a myriad ways that you can do it with a pump sprayer, wiping it on, or an electrostatic sprayer. And then you want to give it time to adequately dry and cure on the surface. And that typically takes about 1 to 3 hours, just depending on the humidity level. But once on, again, with those out in the sunlight, cold, the temperatures that we experience, that finish will hold up through that 90 days. So.
And you hit the answer to one of our other questions. Does it come in a wipe form? Sounds like it comes in a wipe form. And then where do I purchase this, and what packaging does it come in?
Yep, it comes in a ready to use formulation in 1 gallon bottles. So from a wipe form, you can put the liquid onto a dedicated towel or wipe that you want to put down. But for purchasing standpoint, reach out to your Merck Animal Health sales representative, and they would be happy to assist in procuring you some to try in your operation. So.
Well, Dr. O'Brien, our time is up, but we really do appreciate you being with us today. And as always, we appreciate Merck's support of our producers, Iowa Pork Congress, and being an Iowa Pork Alliance member.